It's so big ass, how I get that
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. Hey you guys, welcome back to another reaction video. Welcome back to the break room. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. Child, what is really going on in these YouTube streets, hunty? Needless to say, y'all, Blovelife and Peach McIntyre. Would you ever thought that would have been a matchup? Blovelife and Peach McIntyre? All right, with y'all, let me tell you what happened, okay? If you don't already know, Blovelife is a woman here on YouTube who does mukbangs, okay? More than likely, most of you guys, if not all of you guys, are familiar with Blove. She went viral with her mukbangs of the crab foods and the seafood boils, and then she went viral with her Blove sauce. She got that in stores. It was being sold on Amazon and things of that nature. And Blove did really, really well for herself. Okay. I believe she said she's been on here for like 7 years, on YouTube for like 7 years. And she has over 3 million subscribers and counting. Okay. And then obviously, y'all, we know about Peach McIntyre. We know Peach McIntyre hit the scene about 3 years ago. She's a mom of now 7 children. Peach McIntyre first came to the internet showing people how to live in the projects. And then she started showing people ways to, get out the projects. And then she started doing really well. She had a video that went viral with her breastfeeding one of her younger children. That got, I believe it got like 10 million views. It got a lot of views, you guys. And from there, Peach started just going around the city of Tampa where she lives, showing people, basically how to go from food stamps to 6 figures, right? Which she claimed she was doing at one point a few years ago. And then Peach started selling, once she became successful with social media, she started selling classes to show other people how to emulate what she's doing on social media, and so they could be successful as well too, as far as Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And then that kind of fell off. She also has a gambling channel that did really well. And then if you've been watching Peach, recently she's been going back and forth with her family, and also she's now vlogging her life as a mom with a husband and 7 kids, and her woes and troughs of dealing with a man that's not equally yoked with her. Okay, that's in a nutshell. Well, Blove did a video the other day, and she titled it "Millionaire to Being Broke." And in the video, basically the context of the video was Peach McIntyre. And basically, Blove was giving her opinion about a video she saw of Peach McIntyre, where Peach McIntyre talked about her making $1 million and losing all of that this year from her gambling addiction. Okay. And again, if you guys been watching Peach, she's told this story. So Blove was basically shocked. She was shocked that this girl was able to acquire so much money in a very short period of time on social media, and, very foolishly and very quickly run through the money. Now, again, y'all, Peach says that she went broke or was broke or is broke, however that goes. Obviously, unless we see bank statements, we don't know that definitively. We can only take Peach's word for it. I will say this. I do feel like Peach blew through a lot of money. Is she entirely broke? I don't think so. But I think she did make a lot of bad money decisions. We seen it, y'all. We seen how Peach was taking trips, random trips in the middle of the night, her and Wood running to Puerto Rico. a lot of shopping sprees. She was buying, trucks and cars and things of that nature. So we seen all that going. So B Love's whole point of her video was basically warning people about social media and how quick it is for people to gain, a lot of money on social media. Because for a lot of people, social media has been or is very lucrative for them. And how Black folks, she talked about the Black community. She actually retracted what she said in her description box or her comment section. She wasn't talking about all Black people, but she was saying some Black people. She said, unfortunately, a lot of Black people are not taught financial literacy in the home or in school. And so when they get an opportunity to receive fast money, because B Love basically made social media, she referenced it like it was fast money because it happened fast for her. And so she basically was relating when most or some Black people get that opportunity to get that fast money, because a lot of Black folks are not taught in their homes and in schools to how to handle their money properly and make good investments and pay their taxes to the IRS. Because as we know, with social media, you have to pay your taxes. It's not like a regular 9 to 5 where they take the taxes out for you. She said a lot of people get caught up. So she felt like Peach was one of those persons who got caught up with receiving money so fast and obviously not having good financial literacy in order to keep her money flowing and make good investments, right? Which, yeah, we seen that. Okay, so we can agree to that. So, in my opinion, B Love she was kind of just showing her disdain and maybe disappointment in Peach, because Peach is a mother of 7 children, and how she, fumbled the bag, right? At that moment. Again, maybe Peach is regaining the bag. Maybe she's already regained the bag. I don't know. But in the video, B Love, the video was like 30 minutes long, and she repeated herself over and over in the video, basically telling people how to manage their money a little better, how to, advising people to invest, in themselves as far as a business or other endeavors, to basically have multiple streams. Okay. Because B Love basically said her and her husband made good decisions, money decisions, as they were getting money. She said they bought a house, the house that they're living in. They bought that house. They put $200,000 cash down on the house. And, she has her business and her husband has a business degree. So she basically was talking like that, right? And she was just really shocked that Peach lost all this money from what Peach has said, a gambling addiction. Now, I'm going to say this before I continue on with my commentary. Until I came to YouTube, I had never seen so many people talk about money all the time. Like, it seemed like everywhere you go on social media, everybody talking about their accounts, their pockets, their coins. And y'all, me working in corporate America, me working, the 9 to 5 industry, you don't see that a lot. Well, at least I didn't. I didn't have conversations with my coworkers about how much they get paid an hour, how big their checks are, what they're buying with their money. Now, obviously, if they buy a new car and they come to work with a new car, okay. Or if they bought a new house and they come to work and say, we just closed on our house, okay. But, or if they're taking a vacation, because, obviously at jobs, you get vacations, and they're taking a vacation to Hawaii. Okay. But the fact, I've never seen so many people talk about their money and how they're spending it and what they're spending it on, or either talking about it or showing it. It's very foolish, right? It's very foolish to me for people to get on social media to an audience of hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of strangers, and talk about your finances. Like, that's the strangest thing to me, but the internet is strange, right? So B Love basically was just, I would say, more let down than anything that Peach made these kind of decisions. Now, I know a lot of you might say, and even my thought was, B Love, why are you talking about Peach McIntyre? You have 3 million subscribers. Like, girl, you can have a plethora of conversations. Why would your conversation be focused on Peach McIntyre? Now, if you guys are not aware, a few months ago, B Love did a video talking about my jazzy life and the bullying and harassment that my jazzy life was getting or is getting or was getting on the internet. And obviously, so some of you guys may not know this. And I know even I just posed the question, B Love, why are you talking about Peach McIntyre? You got 3 million subscribers. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but a few years ago, back around the early part of the pandemic, B Love was doing interviews, mukbangs with celebrities. Tamar Braxton, Sierra from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and a slew of other people. She was doing mukbangs with celebrities and stuff. And I'm like, girl, you go from doing mukbangs with celebrities to talking about Peach McIntyre, who doesn't even have nowhere near of a big platform that you have. But again, y'all, it's social media. And let's be honest, y'all, pretty much everybody watch everybody, right? Especially in this Black community. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not subscribed to B Love. I've never been subscribed to her channel. No disrespect to B Love. Y'all, I don't get into watching people eat, okay? I don't get into the smacking and the slurping and the chomping. I understand mukbang videos are, you know, videos that typically do get a lot of views. You know, I like B Love, you know, but I just don't get into the whole listen to you smack and lick your lips and lick your fingers and burp and belch as you're trying to have a conversation. Like, that's weird to me. Even me, you guys, if I get a phone call and I'm eating and I'm really about to get into this plate, you know, I'll tell the caller, hey, let me call you back when I get done eating. Because I'm about to eat. I want to enjoy my food. I don't want to have to hold a conversation and not consciously think about me smacking too loud because I may annoy the caller on the other end. So in order for me to avoid all that, I just tell you, look, sis, I'm going to call you back. Or if I see it come up, especially if it's not important, I won't even answer it. So we could just bypass all that. But needless to say, you guys, B Love has been in this mommy community for a very long time. She said it herself. She's been on YouTube for 7 years. A few years ago, if you guys are familiar with Liv's life, when Liv used to do her lives and she would get 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 in the chat, I myself with my own eyes seen B Love pop into Olivia's chat at least 4 or 5 times, 4 or 5 different times. B Love would literally drop down into her chat. And it was truly B Love because I clicked on the avatar and it took me straight to B Love's channel, right? So she's also, I think it was last year, she also talked about Liv's life too. So B Love watches what we're watching, right? She doesn't watch everybody that has the same amount of subscribers as her. You know, B Love is, you know, she's consuming the content on social media just like we all are. I'm pretty sure B Love watch reaction videos and everything else because you could just tell B Love a little nosy and things of that nature. So needless to say, B Love has been in this mommy community for quite some time. And so she's very familiar about what's going on, who's it going on with, and why it's going on. Because she definitely have her ear in the streets, right? Well, needless to say, Peach McIntyre decides to respond to B Love. And as we know, Peach, she's very rude, very arrogant, very nasty. So she responded to B Love in a very nasty way. Peach's response was she felt like B Love's video was kind of nice, nasty, okay? And she really felt like B Love was speaking down on her. And in a sense, B Love was, right? It was almost like somewhat scolding Peach. She tried to keep the conversation like general, although Peach was the base of the conversation, but B Love tried to make it like she was talking to a general audience, but we all knew Peach was the main topic of the conversation. And in my opinion, I wasn't really shocked by Peach's response to B Love, because let's be honest, y'all, Peach don't owe B Love anything, and B Love don't owe her anything. And we watched how Peach talked to her own biological mother, right? So if you can call your mama a bitch and you can disrespect your mama, child, a chick on the internet, okay, regardless if she's an older woman and she is a mother as well too, because B Love is a mother of 2 boys, regardless of that, child, y'all know Peach doesn't spare none. She's just a nasty individual. But she made it almost like B-Love was jealous of her, right? So Peach made a reference to the fact that B-Love's views are low, and that B-Love at one point, maybe last year or the year before last, she was making like $1 million a year from just YouTube alone. And Peach said it very matter-of-factly. I don't know where she got her facts from, but she said B-Love went from making $1 million to now making like $500,000 a year. She even used the word or the numbers $550,000 a year. And I'm just going to be honest with you. If $1 million to 500,000 definitely is a 50% decrease. However, how many of y'all in the chat wouldn't mind making $500,000 a year? I mean, I know there's a lot of you guys that would prefer to make $1 million because obviously it's 500,000 more dollars. But I don't think too many of you guys would snub your nose at $500,000 a year, right? So Peach was basically making reference to the fact that B-Love views are low, and basically B-Love was using Peach for clout, right? Peach also exposed the fact that B-Love has bought her Eguides. I believe she said she bought her Eguides for TikTok. And I know for sure she said TikTok. I'm not for sure what other platform. But she said that B-Love has bought, it was at least 2 different Eguides for 2 different platforms on social media. Now, do I believe that? I mean, it's possible. B-Love herself never mentioned in her video that she was a part of Peach making that $1 million because she supported her business and bought her Eguides. B-Love herself never mentioned that, but Peach decided to mention that. Now, how did Peach know that? Now, obviously, because Peach has a website, peachmcintyre.com. I believe there's nothing on that website now because about a week or 2 ago, apparently she had cleaned her website. So I'm not sure if anything's on her website. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never been to Peach's website, so I don't know. However, unless Peach literally looks at every person who purchased something, if she looks at their name and their address and, I don't know I think B-Love's real name is Brittany, I believe it is. Unless she knows B-Love's last name and her first name, or if B-Love put a note somewhere on the payment, hey, it's me, B-Love from YouTube. How did you know that B-Love was the one buying your products? Because from what Peach was telling us, they were over there buying her Eguides in droves, right? So how did you know that? Well, Peach also mentioned that B-Love reached out to her on Instagram. So apparently Peach did 2 videos. I'm referencing the second video in response to B-Love. And so apparently after the first video, B-Love, from what Peach states, reached out to her on Instagram and they had a conversation. So maybe at that time, if this is true, maybe B-Love revealed to Peach at that moment, hey, I bought your Eguides. Or maybe Peach just remembered as she was going through the names of people who purchased from her. She remembered using or seeing Peach's name, remember seeing B-Love's name. I'm not sure, you guys. However, I don't understand why Peach feels the need to out people who purchase your brand. It almost felt like at that moment, Peach was using that as a marketing technique, as to say, this woman with 3 million subscribers is over here trying to get my sauce, no pun intended, opposed to, because Peach loves to say shop my website, peachmcintyre.com. It almost made me feel like she was using B-Love for promotion for people to buy her Eguides. I think her Eguides are not even on sale. I don't know. But I guess I felt like she was just using B-Love for promotion, right? So what I will say is when B-Love did this video about 2 days ago, she had low views on it, right? And When I watched the video, she had 44,000. And at the time of me filming this video, I just looked up the video. The video now has 60,000 views on it, okay? Because Peach said in her video, y'all go over there and watch her video. So, again, I don't know why she was, you call Beloved a bitch, but then at the end, you tell people to go over there and support her channel. Y'all know Peach has told us herself she don't do shout outs. But I guess if you just gonna shout somebody out, you might as well attach yourself to a channel that has 3 million opposed to anything else. So at this point, I'm not really sure what's the deal with Beloved and Peach. Me personally, if I was Beloved, I would probably talk on other trending topics like Jada Pinkett book. I don't know if Beloved ever gave her opinion about her book. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I'm not trying to be mean and hateful, and you Beloved fans, do not come for me in the comments, but I really listened to Beloved in that video. She doesn't articulate herself very well. I noticed that. Like, she just didn't, she got a lot of her words jumbled up. She didn't know the meanings of certain things. She even asked if gambling addiction, if there's any type of, like, Gambling Anonymous for gamblers, such as it is for people addicted to drugs and people that abuse alcohol. Not Peach, but Beloved didn't even know if there was like some type of Gambling Anonymous, which there is. So I don't know. I'm not saying that she should know that, but gambling is an addiction, just like drugs is an addiction and alcoholism is an addiction. Sex is an addiction. Like, there's a lot of addictions, and there are programs, and there's groups of people that come together that have all, basically have all the same addiction, and they try to help each other. So yeah, Beloved, there actually is some type of therapy or classes or a group of place that you can go to get help with your gambling addiction. Poor thing. But one thing I will admit and agree with Peach, Beloved's views have really went down. I will say that. Now, Beloved mentioned this in her video. She mentioned that social media basically is a fad, and when you based off the niche, if you get a niche that's trending and you jump on it and you ride it till it rides out, because y'all, we know with especially when it comes to social media, it could be trending today and be dust tomorrow, right? We all know that. And even with people that quote unquote vlog their lives, some people watch it for a long time, and then some people just tune out and go watch something else, So it's just really who you are and your temperament. One thing I could say about social media, it's a ever revolving door. It's literally a ever revolving door. People are always coming and going. If you can get a strong community of people that support you and support your channel, and you can grow communities like that. I believe Beloved has a community of people that loves her videos and like when she come on, eat and smack that food in their face. I think she has a community of people. Peach herself has a community of people that support her for her shenanigans and things of that nature. So, I have people that support me for the gossip and the tea on what's going on in these YouTube mommy streets. So, it is what it is. But I will agree with Beloved. Social media is just that. And you can't put all your eggs in one basket. And it's just not social media, y'all. That could be with your regular 9 to 5. Unfortunately, especially now, but you just cannot put all your eggs in one basket. And if you can monetize yourself, if you're on social media and if you can monetize yourself on several different platforms, that's highly advisable. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really at the point where Peach can get no advice from me. Sometimes when you have people that are just so ignorant and just refuse to listen and learn, you just got to stop wasting your breath and wasting your time. Peach feels like she got this ish figured out. And what was funny is the same way she talked about Beloved's views being low, Peach's are low too. Peach, you're not getting the views that you were getting this time last year, sis. The views are not viewing over there. So While you sitting around talking about be love, at least she has a husband that is trying to assist her, and it appears that he's a partner in their relationship, opposed to you dealing with a man that only can make a move when you make a move. I don't know. It's the ignorance for me. It's the ignorance of it all. Again, maybe Peach felt some type of way because B Love spoke on her, but in all actuality, Peach spoke on B Love too. Peach said in her video, that was a response to B Love's video, that when Peach did a class maybe back in 2021 or 2022, she referenced, I believe it was 2022, she said she referenced B Love's channel for, being a channel that was once really up with the views, and now that it's down with the views, right? She said she referenced B Love's channel. So, I mean, in all fairness, you talked about B Love first. So if B Love wanted to discuss you and what you talked about publicly, she has every right to do that. Now, I will say this, y'all. B Love is entitled to her opinion. And let's be honest, y'all. For the most part, a lot of us, when we heard Peach say that she lost all her money to gambling, a lot of us were appalled, right? Because again, lady, you're a mother of 7 kids. And although you make good money one month on social media, you can't always guarantee that you're going to have the same month every month. That's why Peach is monetized on several different platforms. Although we know YouTube is the most lucrative for her, and she even admitted that in her reaction video today to Be Love, YouTube is by far the most consistent and lucrative for Peach. But what's so funny is last year, before Facebook canceled their Reels program, Peach was pushing people to go to Facebook and to become a part of the Reels program, because she said that was, she's making $35,000 a month, and it was so lucrative. So my thing is, just like you were pushing people to Facebook, why weren't you pushing people to YouTube if your whole goal was to teach people how to monetize themselves on social media? She was very adamant of monetizing, helping people get monetized on Facebook, but she's never showed that same energy for YouTube. And I found that to be very, very odd. I'm going to be honest one more time. Peach is the type of person, she don't want to see nobody else shine. She wants to be the only one shining. And, when you have a mindset like that, you got to be humble. And when you're not, God will find a way to humble you. That's just my personal opinion on the outlook. But at this point, everything B Love said was very true. If Peach truly did spend all her money in the casino and lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in the casino, she should be very ashamed of herself, especially coming from a poverty situation. But we have all said this too. Peach just seems like the type of woman that's not used to anything. Although she said this is her second go around of being successful with a business. She said, just a couple years ago, 3-4 years ago, she had a waist trainer business called, I think it was called Waist Language. And she said that business was very lucrative. And then she turned around just a few years later and was able to jump on the bandwagon during the pandemic with YouTube and was able to monetize that, and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. So, most of people, let me say this, a lot of people are not able to do what Peach has been able to do. So I don't know. I really feel like she should be a little bit more humble in that situation instead of bragging about it. Peach is not the only one showing her ass on the internet, honey. There's a plethora of people, men and women, showing their ass on the internet. So at this point, y'all, that's just my reaction. I just really feel like Bethany, that's B Love's name. Her name is Bethany. I said Brittany or something I said. Her name is Bethany. I just really feel like Bethany, I don't know. I just really feel like she should have picked a different topic, right? There's a lot of other stuff going on YouTube. Hey, she should have picked a different topic because, again, if Peach cuss her mama out, child, you definitely ain't safe. B Love. All right, y'all, that's my time. Y'all go ahead and leave your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think about the whole Blovelife Peach situation. Do you guys think it's made up? They're collabing together to, yeah, I don't know. It's not giving collab. It's really giving Blovelife needed something to talk about. She watches Peach because Peach is interesting to watch at times. Blovelife heard her say she went from $1 million to broke, and because she lost her money in gambling, and she incorporated it in one of her mukbang conversations. Peach responding to it, I really feel like she was chasing more of Blovelive's clout than Blovelife could ever chase her clout. Because let's be honest, Blovelife got 3 million subscribers, regardless if it's 2 people watching her videos or 5,500 watching her videos. She got 3 million, and sis, you don't. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to talk to you guys in the next one. Y'all make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys real soon. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.